So this is how I'm bending the flying wire attachment point. So it's just with the same aluminum piece with the good radius in there. I'm squishing it in a vise, and then using a hardwood block, I'm hammering just at the base so I keep this flat. Works really well. And then I checked the angle, so I'm perfect. Works really well. Now I'm just going to make a jig, and then it'll be welded up. Okay, now I had to find a way to register these two pieces relative to the holes that I already made. So what I decided to try is some foam glue in the corners, and so far so good. It's holding well. Now I'm going to make two small slots here so I can pull it out. Okay, so I had to notch a big enough space to remove the metal strap, and but it works fine. Okay, now it's out, and the foam glue works really well. I made sure these slots were tapered like this, so there was no concentration of stress. I will polish them out also really well. Now the tack welding has been made in the jig and everything fits perfectly. So now I'm going to remove it, clean this glue up, and get it welded for real. Alright, so now I reconfirmed all the dimensions, installed the two together. Now it's ready for the full weld. Alright, went to the welder, so I'll weld it up. Perfect fit. Alright, pre-drill these holes, countersunk them, remove the burr, use this cool tool to reshape the hole in the wood, ready for sandblast and final powder coat. Okay, now for these slots that were made for inserting the carry through the metal part. So now I got to fill them up after it's all going to be bolted in. So just install the piece there, marked it. I'm going to cut it up and then glue it back in. Make sure it's flat back, and then insert the big pillar in the center. So now I'm using some cotton fibers to thicken the epoxy. Right, so the small wedges of wood to close the gap have been glued. Gap filling capabilities with the cotton. Alright, now putting a coat of the anti-corrosion, never drying stuff. Okay, now I surface these edges, cut sticks that will be held against this. Okay, now a bit of cotton flour in the epoxy. That's going to be to fill that small gap in there. Alright, so everybody is clamped in place. Put some tape there to protect the metal where there's not supposed to be any glue. I got a really good contact down there, so I put some wedges here pushing down, and then some clamps to prevent slipping outward, and some clamping pressure. So remove the clamps. Now sanding this back and the blade itself once in a while. Now this is ready for piece of ply. I'll be scarfing this here. Now again, using post-it, it's really nice to make a jig to the exact shape that is needed. Here, I have to put what I need here. And here, I can just press hard and make a mark of where I'd like the plywood to finish. So using the crease line, I know where to cut my wood. Same with this here. Able to transfer, cut this off, and then transfer to wood.